Hi. So what we're going to do is try to forward submission notifications from a form to different people depending on what the user submits within that form. I've got a form here for reserving a conference room, and it just asks for the date and what resources the user would like to reserve. The important part of this is that under the Notifications and Redirects tab, I'm sending all of my notifications to filtermyformmail@gmail.com, which is a new email that I just set up with Gmail specifically for this purpose. So before we go over to Gmail, I'm going to go to View and Enter and make a submission or two here. So we'll just say next Saturday, I want a conference table. And we'll submit that. And we'll also do a different reservation for Thursday where I want a projector and refreshments. And submit that. So now that we have those submissions in, we can move over to Gmail. Here is the Gmail account that I set up, the filtermyformmail@gmail.com, and you can see those two submissions have already come in. So what we need to do is, before we can start filtering and forwarding, is add the forward addresses that we need to this account. To do that, we go under the little gear icon over here and click on Settings. And within Settings, you want to go to the Forwarding and Pop IMAP tab. Here you're going to add a forwarding address. And this is the hard part, because what Google is going to do is it's going to send a verification email to each of the addresses you add as a forwarding address. And you need to use that verification number to tell Google, yes, I have control over this address, or that I am allowed to forward email to this address. That's fine if you have access to all of the email addresses you'll be forwarding to, like I do. But if you don't, and you're forwarding to different people within a department or within your school, you need to cooperate with them so that they can either forward the verification emails to you and allow you to enter those back into the Google account, or you need to work out some other system so that those get added in correctly. Like I said, I have access to the emails I'm going to be adding, so I'm just going to type those in. So the first one is Marsha@fshacks.com. We'll add that. And you click Next, and it'll bring up a little dialog box asking, are you sure you want to do this? Just click Proceed, and then it'll just give you a little OK. All right. And here it's asking for the verification code for Marsha. I'm going to go through and add the rest of these before I put the codes in. So here I have my 3 addresses entered in, and now I just need to go grab those confirmation codes from my email and paste them in place. Now I've verified all my email addresses. That means that I'm actually able to send email to those addresses, and now I can create my filter just by clicking Create a Filter. Now from here, you want to figure out what fields are important to you in terms of setting up this filter. And what I usually do, I like to use the same email address for a bunch of different forms and a bunch of different filters. So you have to be a little bit careful about how you set up your form and what information you're going to be filtering on. So to make sure I get this right, I'm actually going to back out of this field, go back to my inbox, and I'm going to grab the specific subject for these emails. I'll go back into Settings, Forwarding Pop IMAP, create a filter. And now I can just paste that subject here. And that way I know that this filter that I'm creating is only going to apply to those forms. Hopefully I only have one form that uses this subject line. I usually also add in whatever return address I'm using. And you can put the 2 in if you want as well, but it doesn't really matter as much. Now here's the important one. What content within the form do you want to filter on? Because we're forwarding the emails to this address and they have the full results of the submission form, this is pretty easy. So I know that if I want to take any emails that are requesting a conference table, then I can just search for conference table, create that filter, and I want to forward that to Sue because she deals with conference tables. I can see down here, also apply filter to one message in the matching conversation. This is just telling me that I have an email in my inbox already that matches this filter, which is good. I already submitted a form that requested a conference table, so that means my filter is working correctly. I'm not going to forward that email though. I'm just going to create this filter. And now my filter's added. Now you don't see anything right here because we're still in the forwarding and pop IMAP tab. But if I go over to filters and blocked addresses, you can see that here's the filter I just created. Anything that's coming from do not reply at finalsite.net with the subject of that form and has matching text conference table in the body of the message, that will be forwarded to Sue. So I can come back here and create all the other forwards that I need to set up. And now I created my filters. They're all ready to go, and I can test this by doing another form submission and watching the emails get forwarded to the correct address. I hope this helps. Good luck.